Other team.
Don't worry.
I just don't like that. I don't like the long head guy.
What is this?
And out of 20, wait, did you know I passed my legal assignment?
Oh, you
I passed my legal assignment.
By how much?
I have 64%.
Nice.
It's not about pass on basement. It's about your attitude.
And your attitude.
It's probably shit.
Because I've got Mr. Bureau.
Right. So you've got, you have got your assessment task there. I do apologise on behalf of whoever is marking that you've got your assessment task for the next unit before you actually go. Anyway, would you rather pop up feedback with exact marks and then do it? So that's the thinking glass half full here. Yep.
When are we going to get that?
I do know that it will happen before the end of the term, so that will require you to attend this week, no Easter show for you.
And sometimes it's the second day of school, bank holiday.
I know.
Insane.
How's it actually?
And on like a Monday? I don't know.
So let's read this through. It's a speech. It's only 3.5 to 4 minutes, which about type is 1.25 pages typed. So it's not very long. You might want to write that down for later because
Wait, how many pages?
well, it really depends on the font. But like size 12, normal space,
72.
it's about 1.25 pages.
No. 72 elephant font. What are we looking at?
But if you speak under 3.5 minutes, you'll lose marks. And if you speak over 4 minutes, you'll lose marks.
So there's a 30-second gap.
Yeah.
Cool,
Speak quickly if it's long.
my morning
Yeah, so you
speech.
get a warning bell. Who's the figure away, please?
Because I'm long. You're making me hungry.
The reason why that it's between 3.5 and 4 minutes is because they expect you to practice the speech. And you are marked on your presentation style, which means you're not reading the speech like this the entire time and not varying your voice. It's actually a presentation, and you are communicating your ideas to the audience. Now remember, no one is listening. If you've ever sat in a class of speeches, you will know that you yourself are not paying attention to the person at the front. You are thinking about your weekend or being nervous and worried about what you're going to say in your speech, depending on whether you've gone yet. So, really, at the end of the day, all you're speaking to are the markers, and the markers will be me and another teacher.
Wait,
Okay?
well, we have two teachers.
Yeah, 2 teachers.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I don't listen from the class.
Yeah, well, you are, but they're not listening.
Do you actually listen to speeches that are out there?
No. Yeah. So think about that.
Eating.
The coursework essay is on the back, and we're going to start with that because that I want you to hand that in on the first day back after the holidays. Which one?
What?
Coursework.
Wait, where's the
And then I'm going to mark
There goes
it.
my holidays.
Can I say that? Yeah. So
basically,
it's holiday homework.
6 days.
Why? Where are you going to?
Going out on Friday.
No.
I'm going away. Fucking tongue for a pen. And waiting. Hot tongue.
Yeah. Okay, so then, once you get back, I'll give you feedback on your essay, and you will then adapt it to the requirements of a speech and to the different questions. So their questions are similar, they're not the same. But you can use all the same kind of quotes and techniques and kind of whole understanding of the novel that you use in the coursework one. Marcel.
The last coursework was due a week before the
This is going to be due first week back because then I can have time to mark both my standard and advanced classes, which will be on the same day, and give it back to you as soon as I can, which will give you time to practice your speech. You need more time than the other one because you have to actually write it and then practice it. So the first day back, I'm not sure. It's the first day back that you have English as well.
Yeah, the first day back.
Yeah. Do you know?
The Tuesday?
Do you know who's
Tuesday is the first.
me and another teacher? I don't know. I think. No. Oh, Jesus. Okay, pay attention, please. So, you need to spend the holidays drafting up this essay, and I expect the same length, so let's do 1.5 pages for that essay with normal size font, not 500. And then it says there that you have to make reference to the excerpt. So turn over. Next week, we are going to go through this excerpt in one whole lesson, okay? We're going to plan our coursework essay. We're going to go through the excerpt, and we're going to think about how we can approach the coursework so that then you can do well in the assessment. So I'll give you everything that you need in order to complete your coursework essay over the holidays. It'll just be a matter of putting it together.
What are we using this excerpt for?
The excerpt is going to be in your speech. So your speech will be comprised of about 50% quotes from the excerpt and 50% quotes from your knowledge of the book, which means your job is even easier, right? Because the only quotes that you will have to find will be the ones that aren't in that excerpt, and we've already done 2 tables worth, right? So you've already got 2 tables worth of quotes, which I have printed out for you.
Well, both of the tables.
Yes.
Sweet, we need to do one.
I know, I was kind. It's got Angie on one side and Henry on the other.
Does this count as 2 of the ones?
But they're not completely, they're not completely finished off. You've got to add the effects and the evaluation. But I thought it would be helpful if I printed out what we do as a class. So at least you've got some quotes and techniques to refer to.
Thank you.
So, Miss, we have to turn in a learning framework box.
What does it say?
Because complete your learning framework boxes so that you can show
How many does it say?
there's something in the number.
I reckon it's going to be good to do a learning framework box on the theme that the essay is going to be on. What's the theme? What does it say?
What extent is weight? How also tells a story highlights the challenges and responsibilities of life.
So responsibility would be working out, Martha.
Well, if you're going to give non-tribatic numbers,
Okay. We've only got 3 lessons left before the holiday, and one of the lessons we're not doing anything.
not doing anything.
That sounds like my kind of lesson.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Sounds like the best lesson I've ever heard of.
I don't do anything.
Yes.
That's different. That's different.
Why is mine?
Okay, good. So Monday's lesson, we're going to brainstorm the College Work essay. We're going to examine the textual excerpt in detail, and then you're going to go away with like a bit of a thesis and a plan for what you'll have in your learning framework table. Tuesday's lesson, you're all going to be my debating audience. So you're going to come up there and you're not actually having a class. So you can watch the debating from St. George Girls High School, debating against Blackwattle Year 11 students. And I've chosen this class, A, because it's on that line, but B, because you are very responsible and clever.
Yeah, I agree with all of
And
them.
respectful.
Definitely.
And always quiet.
Oh, that sums up me in like every single way.
Okay, that sounds
Great.
great.
I might be sick on
So, today I'm going to read an excerpt.
Sounds
I
like
have
a
my
free
book
period
today.
to
Someone's
me.
going to die. And
Again.
Miss, can we have a nap during the debating?
then Tuesday,
During the debating?
Who's actually going to come on the last day of school anyway?
Jan? I love Jan. And then Jan's such a nice guy. You should talk. I've not.
Were we supposed to beat this?
Yeah, Miss, when we're meant to finish the book class.
Okay, so today's class is the holidays.
Wait, so I don't have to touch this till the holiday.
Today's lesson, we're going to just use this as a bit of a catch-up. So we've got a couple of things that are outstanding. Your questions. So you should have a copy of that. Take that out. And also reading the novel. So you can put your assessment task away. Unless you have any specific questions. Anyone not signed the... So, novel out. We're going to have a quiet, relaxed Friday lesson where you catch up on, you can read, and you can catch up on that new stuff.
So we can actually just read the book today.
Yep. And complete the questions in here.
Are we allowed to listen to music while we're doing that?
Yeah. But you have to be quiet today.
I'm always quiet.
I know, it's just a reminder.
Don't talk shit. I'm always quiet.
So does anyone need a copy of the book?
Trust you two even. I always get my book. I know. You think I used to be part of that group? Now I have my book. I'm wearing a jumper. It's the same thing, except it's all from Target rather than the expensive $5 at Target. This was a cheap one. No. My mum's just like, I don't like the other one. One, because it's made of blue and it's itchy, and two, it's more expensive. I'm just going to go to like Target for the cheap one. Yeah. Like, it's the same thing when I bought my polos. I was like, rather than $20 at Lowe's, I'm going to get them for $8 at Target. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I mean, I bought this one from Lowe's. It was like $50 or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
How much money?
Can't you just get it from Kmart or like?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, turn to
I just got this.
Solomon,
Here.
I didn't think it was right. What page, miss? Make sure it's not past 172. I don't want any more spoilers. I mean, seeing as I already know what happens in the book.
Yep, page 161, please.
Yes. My demands were listened to. My demands were. How many did you go up to? Shit. Where are you up to, Jackson?
We're just going to do another passage of spoilers. We'll do that with detail on Monday while we're all focused. Alright. Page 161, please. Take your book. Take your book. What are you doing, by the way, please? 161.
Put your phone down. At least be discreet about it. Discreet. I'm excreting
Might be not as
Yeah, you called me.
over on Alright, ready?
Wait, oh, that's where that went.
161. Andy looked to the front. Can you see that bit? It's the indented paragraph. His boots sucking and slurping in deep in the mud. He rolled his shoulders as if he could shrug off the weight of rain, but the weight remained, and his body was filled with vague pains that flickered and fused. To his left and right, for as far as he could see, flares floated through the air, whitened by rain, and now suddenly was split by the sound of heavy shell. If anyone wants a good description of what war is like using sensory imagery, then that's your passage right there. And all that alliteration as well. Crouching, Andy pressed himself into the sticky wall, ducked his head into his chest, and was hit by a force that blew every thought, word, reflex, and response from his body. For a moment he was nothing, totally blasted out of himself, and he only knew that he had gone when he returned his senses to find himself in the bottom of the trench, someone shouting in his ear, the blackness, stinking smoke and deep earth, the adjacent fire bay now part of a long hole populated with men crawling hopelessly in the light of a flare hanging like a judgmental star. The fire stared. Iron claws hauled him up like a voice, tearing tin grated in his ear. A voice like tearing tin grated in his ear. Man the
Fucking
fire stared. Andy climbed to the lip of the trench, crouched there, somehow still holding his rifle, looking blindly forward, the flash and ear-splitting boom of another shell rocking the ground, obliterating noise with noise, plastering the world with mud and metal. A flare went up, showing no man's land to be blank earth, rain tipping into it from a black sky that seemed to support some towering mid-air structure, divided into lanes for the shells to come screaming down and hit like crashing trains to cover an attack by black figures. But there was no attack, just shells drilling the sky, explosions, and the chaos of the trench, which he could not enter, as he was the sentry, the man who could not move. Explosions stamped along the front, giant flaring footballs, dying rapidly, superseded by the next. Batteries of artillery on both sides, pounding the neutral sky, conducting the shells, conveying the sounds, and allowing the flares to hang and the rain to fall. Andy, up to his knees, in collapsing clay walls, looked into the trench, seeing shadowy figures labouring with shovels like mad builders, or crouched like trainers over fallen players, or working together like factory hands feeding belts into a childishly clattering machine gun, or stand and watch, as he was, like a boxer waiting to be felled, hearing, whenever there was a pause in the shelling, the shouting of maniacs, and the crying of injured things, and the smelling the almost welcome smell of vomit, the the warm stick triggering school memories of fragrant sawdust, quiet sick rooms of lying down alone in peace, the world outside bright and peppered with the sound of children playing. I am the sentry, Andy repeated. A prayer for strength. I am the sentry. And although he expected at any moment to see Germans rise from the ground, huge in drenched black tunics, bayonets fixed, none broke through the cracking air to lunge. And then the shelling stopped, leaving only the understory of small arms, fire and shouting, the darkness seeming to regain its elasticity, to shrink back on both sides as if it was pulling the front lines apart. A few flares falling to the earth like spent insects as the sizzle of rain and the disembodied gunfire and screaming went on. Andy heard Bob's voice, and hearing him was lifted by exultation. Bobby boy! He looked for a moment down into the dark guts of the trench and recognised the toiling figure. Hey, Bobby boy! Jesus, Bobby boy! Andy, mate! The figure came closer. Christ! Century of the century! Bob breathed deeply, as if he might start crying, as if he had been. Stay where you are, digger. We'll get some sandbags up to you in a minute. Jesus Christ, what a fucking mess. We gotta fix this. I think Darth has been taken back wounded. Just stay where you are. There's bits of blokes down here that I don't even know who they belong to. It's just gone mad, mate. Fucking mad. For the next 30 hours, Andy stayed where he was, stepping on dead and wounded men whose bodies shifted under his feet like sacks of golden grain until finally he, like the rest left standing, stumbled back through the darkness, through the skin of the earth, as blind and mindless as a worm. Arriving at dawn at the bare bones of a town, he slept in a shed, beyond dreaming, leaving the unreal, the unbelievable, and the impossible to be dealt with by those still holding the line.
Someone got blown to pieces by the
Someone definitely got blown to pieces. In fact, 5 people did.
Are you going to draw 5 people?
I'm going to draw 5. I mean, after that chapter, you can't just draw 1, right? We would like 5.
Hey.
You
They're
done
under against you.
Oh, is that a late?
Is it like no?
Is a late? Is that a late?
There you are. Well, you are
Oh,
now.
you put your name in, right? Well, you put my
It
name
is
in.
me!
Oh, that's it then. That's true.
Oh, so that means that's
No,
not me.
that's true. That's true.
Oh, that's so
Unless if
slack.
someone dies from that, it will be a late.
Where would you go chocolate?
Can I do it?
Shit, I'm gonna get 2 seconds, guys. Shit.
I want to do one.
Now you'll have to look.
Yes, can I pick one?
The hiking alone. Have this body next to
Let's
you.
go, girl.
Oh, you're
I'm
lucky.
dead with you.
I'm not dead.
What
yet. Let it go.
No, that's my one. That'll be my one. I folded it like as small as I could.
Oh, Rocco, why did you kill me?
Wait, who was it?
Matthew, so.
Woo! I'm still in, guys. Oh my god.
I hear you now.
Oh, Rocco. You're dead, mate. I wanted to put my own name
The
out.
smallest folder. I'm like, shit, I'm gone.
1, 2, 3,
Oh well, Liam.
4, and 5.
5 people.
No, they were the people that died.
How many people left? They're still cute. Okay, your hand is still alive.
Did
I
anyone
win.
feel?
Sweet.
Did anyone feel the emotional impact
No.
of that scene though?
No.
Yeah.
No way.
I died.
And I think
No.
you definitely want to put a little marker in that bit because I think if anything is, I mean, a lot of you were saying that the book was boring. That passage is not boring. I think it really vividly brings to life what it was like in the war. How does it do that? What are the language techniques used? Like really
Alliteration.
like alliteration, vital imagery, sensory imagery, similes. Emotive language is like where you feel emotional in the language. The swearing is like quite effective too, isn't it? Hang on. So that the war is brought to life through the use of imagery, right? Very vivid, descriptive, violent sensory imagery, alliteration, it's interesting that the figurative, as in figurative language, is needed to explore something so physical. Elliot, thank you. So, where does that passage fit in terms of the context of the book? What happens before or after that?
Ooh, I know this one. I can know this one.
So have a look.
I can know this one.
Oh, you do know?
I think so, yeah. Because I've read it.
On the ball.
I am on the ball.
You're on the ball.
Many balls.
Is Pepper still alive?
No, that's died.
Oh, no, he's dead. I don't know, I was away for
He's still alive.
No, I was away. Yeah, I'm not sure if I just I was like,
I think the rule is if you're away, you die.
No, if
Which
you're
basically
away.
means I've already won.
like my
Right.
mom was
No, it doesn't.
the book that I
It sure does.
earlier on about
Mysterious. Exactly, you died.
That was
It doesn't matter, you still died. You died on the train.
Well, you went in one period as well. 2 periods.
And I was unofficial school.
Can I say that a bit louder? We'll have to do this while it's
Wait, is it?
Rocket, just throwing away.
Yes, I know the
Wait,
answer.
Anita, it's rude that you had that out when you already told you to put it away. And Lenita looks so interested, unless it's yours. Take it back. Take it back. Then why did she... Click. No. It's fine now. Alright. We're not meeting high scores in English, thank you. Unless it's your English.
I'm gonna meet it.
Actually, Lenny, we'll pick on you now since you were so distracted. How is Andy related to Henry's World?
He's not.
Janine.
That old chick.
Well, how is Janine related?
The old woman.
Granddaughter. Okay, so Janine's mum was the baby out of wedlock, right?
Wait, what?
Janine's mum was the baby that he was going to be born that he conceived out of wedlock. So Janine's grandmother is not Cecilia. It's the other lady.
Oh wait, that's okay. I know who it is.
Okay.
But it was generation back.
It's 14.
No, you should know. You just read this.
Because Cecilia's that grandma age.
Or what?
If you think about it. And Cecilia promises she actually knows about Janine. She promises to look after her, even though, yeah, it's true. Even though she's not her child. But Janine doesn't.
But she's on the next point, Janine's mom.
So you look like shave it all off to your balls?
Not around.
Oh,
Basically all off. Like a number one the whole way.
Basically, so it would be like a ball.
I'll get my hair cut like that and I'll...
Yeah, that's
Is this what you meant? It'll grow
Okay,
back into your
so some silent reading, please.
hair.
Or filling out your questions. I want to collect your booklet as much as you have done next week. Okay? I did change it, but I just want what you've done.
Don't you need to give us 2 weeks notice before you change the due date or anything? In the assessment
To
policy.
do it now.
It's raining!
Yeah, I just got confused. I would really like to, but I started and then I'll explain it.
No.
We have a silent reading at
Hey, that's me.
But it's true.
We need to be silent so that people can read.
Hey, shut up.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, Lenny. Freak.
Okay, she is still.
So either you are filling out those questions or you are reading.
All from the outside of the group.
Are really badly ordered. There's lots of repeated numbers, and I do apologise, that was my fault. But if you follow the board and do the questions that I'm putting up.
about chapters 22 to 27?
Yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah, just got chapter 22.
Right. True. What's true?
Was chapter 16 to 11 and
So this one, is that right? And it's 23 to 27. And it skips 16 to 23.
oh no, the question is actually 16 to 23. I think
Isn't there a different 10?
there's a 10 from 16 to 21, which I think is what you and then 7 and 9 kind of just up here.
So it's basically like this.
Yeah, well.
Amenable is an image, right? But the word violent makes it's being more evaluative about what the technique is. It's describing the technique. Does that make sense? So you've got imagery, okay, you've got technique, but like violent imagery, you're basically explaining the word cut and what that's actually doing. His view
till lunch.
You'll get to go to you'll have a break early. So you'll just have your recess later.
Oh. I just eat while it's happening.
You can eat like just before, like 5 minutes before. Tuesday for debate.
How long does bullet
Um,
It doesn't take that long, does it?
It takes an hour, but so the lesson, yeah, you're watching it. The lesson goes the normal lesson goes for an hour and 10 minutes, but the debate starts at 10:30. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was on the same debate as you, I remember.
So then that lesson, it'll finish at 11:30, and then you'll have like your own recess. You can go to the canteen and do whatever. And it's a favour to your favourite teacher, so you have to.
Can we like get free stuff from the canteen?
No, but I'll bribe you. Don't you worry about that.
You'll give us money.
I'll give you food.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe mommy for
Chocolate muffins from the canteen.
Oh.
I don't know if I can afford that, but I'll definitely.
What about chocolate muffin between two?
Chocolate. I can
Chocolate.
live with that.
Like Twix or something.
Buy out the canteen of all of its muffins. Not
Yes.
every student.
Chocolate
If it's one between
muffins.
two.
I don't have that kind of salary.
Miss, you're a teacher. Don't teachers get paid like really badly?
But I will buy you chocolate.
I think they get paid that well.
I'll buy
Yes.
you.
Look, they are great. I don't like.
Miss, when does this period?
Well, that's the thing. They're
30.
sour and they go.
Time's up there.
We shouldn't talk about food at this particular time.
I'm so hungry now.
It's like next.
Oh man,
Well, I'm gonna have a munch now.
I'd rather record that, otherwise. Let's put it in.
Go back to your quiet, please.
Come on, Hank.
The book's not even open. That doesn't feel open. Or do you? Why does it feel? That's actually from the excerpt in the assessment. Yes. Did you even get it?
No, I said, can you explain?
Yeah, I will explain.
And you did it.
I'm still going.
Yeah, I know, like I didn't even get it.
So it's a speech.
I've read a whole 2 chapters.
4 minutes to go over your exam.
Very nice.
Like in the whole book. I've read 2 chapters. I didn't start at the beginning.
Then when you get that, you'll
Just
have 2 weeks
skip to the middle and then end.
I read the first page, I read the first chapter, I read 2 in the book, I read the last one. That's a speed reader, right? Actually reading the whole book.
Then how the fuck are you gonna listen to this?
You analyze it in class, you write all over it, and then you use that because the English syllabus actually is cut your speaking abilities in the English syllabus more than the other subjects. So it's actually your presentation style which you get marks for. But see in the criteria, that the criteria is only the timing is only affected. It only affects that one.
Are you doing art learning?
Your seat should be up here, and then your
That's why I
timing
asked
is
who's doing it.
your marks out. It doesn't like you fail the whole thing based on your timing. You just lose 1 or 2 marks. Sorry? Because the debate starts at 10:30. Like that's an hour. But you'll get, so then the debate will finish at 11:30, if not earlier, and then you'll just get to go. So you'll get time to.
Oh my god, babe. You ruined it.
Did she break it?
She broke the stupid pen. Yeah, that's what it's done half with.
Send it over to me.
Miss.
Right after 3 minutes and 45 minutes. Add a bit. The science is 1 and 1 page types. So 3 short paragraphs are true. No, I haven't been to.
That's to be expected. Beautiful. It's not like I have to hand in the essential sheet.
You don't want to see this.
No, recess lunch, no. Do you know what who I nearly told off? Frank. Say like
You teach Frank in your
You two were Frank. So Frank, can you please get back to reading? Yeah. Not pretending you're reading, Hank.
Frank.
You got 10 minutes.
Doesn't stop for you though, does it?
Right, stop it.
Bullying me.
What they watch this.
Okay, okay, move over a chair, please.
You gotta watch Full Metal Jacket. I know we watched it with him and Matt's.
I mean, directing and I don't like it. It makes me like, can I please?
Even names are pretty weird. I can just tell of one person at the same time.
That would be.
Dipshits.
I think it would be Elliot Ryan and the boys.
That's very quick. Get back to work.
Elliot Ryan and the crew.
The crew, shut up.
You're not done yet.
Back to
Back
yeah, dipshits, exactly.
Look at that. It's great.
Oh, fuck, I'm a baby. I have to go
What page did we go to?
180. Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to page 169.
Okay, it's right. Come on, let's
Well,
go.
I'm reading it. He's distracting me.
Doing anything.
Hey.
You stretch me.
Stop it, enough. Can you like fuck off? Elliot.
I didn't say
It's in the novel.
I'm quoting the novel.
That's the second time you've sworn this week at an inappropriate
week.
I
time.
don't think he realizes how loud he's speaking.
Alright.
What do you mean? That's not true.
Okay.
You asked for an
Stop.
appropriate nickname.
Stop.
I gave you one.
Stop.
She won't say it.
Yeah, that is great.
I just say it. Saving Private Ryan.
You can do the questions without being up to it. Yeah. Have it take a photo
Working.
is it?
Is that just your natural style? You poke your tongue out in order to actually.
Yeah.
You realize that speech is assessing how much you've understood from reading the note. And we can tell when you've not read the note. It is evident.
What if you read everything? Read the words. Yeah. It says in the marking on right here at the bottom of the thing, you get marked on how well you see and so it's got this thing. Oh no. What happened? The difference is when you throw in a rhetorical question, because it was like New York perspective. And you might welcome with an interesting statement, and then you say welcome, and then you say thank you for it. Just showing it off shows you are aware. And like usually techniques itself, things happen. You don't have to do anything to show that. What's more important is that you speak in a way that you and
It's 30, I'm pretty sure it's 30. This thing has been saying it goes up 30.
Birthday picture.